Well, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Time for the 1 p.m. news. Today being on Thursday, the 29th of January, 2026. My name is Chris Mololo. Our sign language interpreter is Irene Chebiwot. And here are the stories that we have for you from our newsrooms this hour. Let's begin. President William Ruto is leading the disbursement of Nyota startup funds in Kisii County, a program designed to support entrepreneurs and small businesses. The initiative targets beneficiaries from Kisii, Nyamira, and Migori counties, providing capital to grow existing ventures and start new ones. The exercise is part of the government's broader agenda to boost youth employment and stimulate economic activity in the region. Local officials and community leaders were present to oversee the distribution and ensure transparency. Recipients expressed optimism, noting that the funds will help scale businesses and create jobs, contributing to local economic development. The Kisii event continues the nationwide rollout of the Nyota Startup Program. Now moving on, public service vehicle operators in Kenya have threatened to begin their nationwide strike next Monday, citing increasing attacks and vandalism by Boda riders. The Matatu Owners Association, that's MOA, described the government's response to incidents of Matatus being torched as negligent and demanded urgent intervention. The association has called on authorities to investigate the attacks thoroughly and ensure that those responsible are arrested and prosecuted. They warned that failure to address the issue could disrupt public transport services across the country. Operators stressed that the strike is a last resort aimed at compelling the government to enhance security for Matatu operators and passengers, restore order on the roads, and prevent further financial losses from unprotected vehicles.
We will make sure all major towns and cities and roundabouts in the country, there will be no passing until the government addresses. We have not seen any arrests. We have not seen any report. Unless we have that sitting to be assured by the minister, by the president, of the safety measures of the investors. You know, a Boda guy uses 15,000 girls for a loan. A Matatu or a truck driver uses millions of shillings. So we want the attention of the government on this matter.
We are going to work very closely, and we are not going to disrupt any business. We will make sure other businesses are moving on as it's supposed to be. And the only person who we are going to listen to is the president, because these other people have failed. The police have failed, NTSA have failed, and even the minister himself, he has failed. Since he came to office, he has never met the Matatu Owners Association. The Matatu people, he has never met us.
In other news, Mombasa Port has reported a 10.5% increase in cargo volumes handled in 2025, and that's according to Port Director Captain William Ruto. He attributed the growth largely to an increase in goods destined for neighboring countries, including Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi. Despite the positive growth, the Port Authority acknowledged ongoing challenges related to cargo congestion. Officials said they are implementing strategies to address the bottlenecks, including redirecting some vessels to Lamu Port and plans to expand Mombasa Port's capacity. The measures are aimed at ensuring smoother operations and sustaining the port's role as a critical gateway for both domestic and regional trade, while accommodating the continued rise in cargo traffic.
Domestic markets cargo grew more faster than our expectation. And I think also it is important for you to know that SKPA, we have a master plan that, based on the projections that we undertake, is how we plan now our expansion as SKPA. Our earlier projection that we had undertaken in 2022 was that by 2029, the volumes we are handling now is what we should have been handling. So you can see that the issue of capacity constraints has caught us off guard. We weren't marketing the port of Mombasa for more cargo, but we've received more cargo than expected because of the geopolitical situations within this region. But we are saying as a port, we are ready and we are working around the clock to ensure that we reduce the congestion. We have a roadmap, and I'm also with my operations general manager here. We have given ourselves that by the beginning of the first week of February, the issue of congestion will not be.
Where academic activities at Meswo Primary School in Mgwon, that's Nandi County, were suspended following protests by angry parents who closed the school and forced out the head teacher. The parents alleged that the head teacher has been abusing his authority during his 7-year tenure at the school. Security officials and education administrators intervened to calm the unrest and ensured the safety of both students and staff. The disruption prompted a temporary halt of the lessons as authorities worked to restore order. Meanwhile, the deputy head teacher has assumed interim leadership, while the head teacher has been instructed to report to the education offices in Kapsabet. Parents have pledged to cooperate with education authorities to ensure the grievances are properly addressed.
Tumeongea, tumeelewana kwamba mwalimu mkuu hatarudi hapa shule yetu ya Meswo mpaka mwalimu deputy atashikilia hiyo nyadhifa.
Tulifunga leo shule, tukaweka kufuli katika ofisi yake ya kwamba mpaka tusikiswe kwanza katika hizi malalamiko zetu, ndio mambo yaendelee vizuri katika hii shule.
We are taking over the responsibilities ya the school, na from now tumesema kwamba headmaster aende. Hiyo ni jambo yenye hatutarudi nyuma, hakuna masomo itaendelea hapa.
Tumesema tu education officer, unasikia, mjipange pole pole na mwalimu wenu, na handing over atakuja, lakini kwa wakati huu asikanyake compound yetu ya shule, because hatujui, labda hizi allegation hao wazazi wanasema kama ni ya ukweli, labda watakuja kutoa documents zingine.
Update: the United States has announced it will resume food distribution through the World Food Programme (WFP) in Somalia after the federal government of Somalia took steps to address actions that had disrupted humanitarian operations. The pause had followed allegations of the destruction and seizure of U.S. food-funded aid. Somalia returned the affected food supplies to the WFP and provided a larger, secure storage facility to prevent future disruptions. These measures restored confidence in the protection and management of humanitarian aid. U.S. officials said the decision to resume distribution ensures that vulnerable communities reliant on food assistance can continue receiving support addressing critical needs amid ongoing drought and food insecurity.